Hi, English learners. Welcome back to English Daily Learning Podcast, where ordinary conversations become useful, natural English. I'm Mia, and today we are talking about those short conversations that happen before the real conversation begins.
And I'm Leo. We mean small talk, the friendly words we exchange in elevators, offices, cafes, airports, parties, and waiting rooms.
Small talk sounds simple, but it can feel surprisingly difficult in another language.
You may know enough grammar, yet suddenly have no idea what to say after hi.
Or you ask a question, receive a short answer, and feel the conversation disappear in front of you.
The good news is that small talk does not require a brilliant story or a fascinating personality.
It needs a comfortable opening, a little attention, one useful follow-up, and a natural way to move on.
In this episode, we will build those skills through real situations rather than memorized interviews.
We will talk about work, travel, social events, neighbors, weekends, food, weather, silence, and polite exit lines.
By the end, small talk should feel less like a test and more like a small moment of connection.
Let us begin with the purpose of small talk, because the purpose changes the way we speak.
Small talk is usually a brief, low-pressure conversation about a safe and familiar subject.
The information itself is not always important. The social signal is often more important.
When someone says, busy morning, they may not need a detailed report about your schedule.
They are showing friendliness and giving you an easy chance to respond.
Small talk can reduce tension before a meeting, make a shared space feel warmer, or help two strangers discover a connection.
It also creates a bridge. A short comment about the room may lead to work, travel, hobbies, or a future friendship.
That is why small does not mean useless or fake.
A small conversation can communicate, I see you, I am approachable, and this situation is comfortable.
Of course, not every quiet moment needs to become a conversation.
Small talk is an invitation, not a duty. The other person can accept it, answer briefly, or return to what they were doing.
Understanding that removes some pressure. We are opening a door, not forcing someone to walk through it.
Small talk can feel harder than a planned presentation because we do not know exactly what will happen next.
In a presentation, we prepare the topic. In small talk, the topic may change after one sentence.
We may worry about grammar, pronunciation, silence, or accidentally asking something too personal.
Some learners also believe they must sound clever, funny, or completely relaxed.
That belief creates unnecessary pressure. Most successful small talk is ordinary.
People say things such as, this place is busier than I expected, or, have you been here before?
Another source of stress is trying to plan 5 sentences while the other person is still speaking.
Then we stop listening, miss the useful detail, and give an answer that does not quite fit.
A better goal is to stay with the current sentence and notice one word we can respond to.
If someone says, I just moved here from Seattle, the useful detail may be, moved here or Seattle.
We only need one natural next step. How are you finding the area?
Small talk becomes easier when we stop searching for the perfect topic and start responding to the available detail.
The easiest opening usually comes from something both people can see, hear, or experience.
We call that the shared situation. It gives the conversation immediate context.
At an event, you might say, this venue is beautiful, or there are more people here than I expected.
Before a meeting, you could say, it looks like we have a full agenda today.
In a long line, a light comment might be, this line is moving faster than it looked.
Notice that these openings are neutral. They do not require private information or a strong opinion.
After the observation, add a small question when it feels natural.
This cafe has a great atmosphere. Have you been here before?
The observation makes the question feel less sudden because we understand why it appeared.
Compare that with walking up to a stranger and immediately asking, what do you do?
That question can be fine, but without context, it may sound like an interview.
Shared situations give us a soft beginning and help the conversation feel connected to the moment.
Weather is famous as a small talk topic because everyone experiences it and nobody owns it.
But weather talk sounds more natural when it connects to daily life.
Instead of only saying, it is sunny today, add a reaction or consequence.
It is finally sunny. I was starting to forget what blue sky looked like.
Or, the rain came out of nowhere. I'm glad I brought a jacket.
We can also connect weather to plans. Perfect weather for walking, or not the best day for an outdoor event.
A simple follow-up might be, is it usually this warm in August?
If someone is visiting, ask, is the weather very different where you live?
Weather can then lead naturally to seasons, travel, weekend plans, clothing, or local life.
The topic is not powerful by itself. It is useful because it gives both people an easy first step.
Avoid turning bad weather into a long complaint unless the other person clearly wants to continue.
A light comment opens the conversation. A 10-minute speech about humidity may close it again.
Places and activities give us more interesting opening than a random list of questions.
At a conference, try, which session are you most interested in today?
At a class, say, how are you finding the course so far?
At a wedding or celebration, how do you know the host? Is common and usually comfortable.
At a community event, ask, have you been to one of these before?
These questions work because the answer can be short or detailed.
They also show that we understand where we are and why people are there.
We can begin with a positive detail. The music is great. The food smells amazing. Or, they organized this really well.
Then we can invite a response. Do you know who the band is?
Be careful with negative observations when meeting someone for the first time.
If you criticize the event, the company, or another person, you do not know what connection your listener may have.
Positive or neutral comments are safer bridges at the beginning.
One of the most useful small talk patterns is observation plus question.
First, notice something relevant. Then, ask a question that grows naturally from it.
That book looks interesting. Are you enjoying it?
You mentioned a new project. What kind of project is it?
This is your first week, right? How is everything going so far?
The observation shows attention, while the question gives the other person room to continue.
It also prevents the conversation from becoming a series of unrelated questions.
Without the observation, we may jump from work to weather to hobbies, like someone reading a questionnaire.
With the pattern, each sentence connects to the previous moment.
We can also reverse it. Ask a question, then respond with an observation.
Have you tried the food? Yes, the little pastries are surprisingly good.
Think connection, not collection. We are connecting ideas, not collecting facts about a person.
Questions can be open or closed, and both types are useful.
A closed question often has a short answer, such as yes, no, or one simple fact.
Do you work nearby? Can be answered with yes, just across the street.
An open question invites more detail. What brings you to this area?
Open questions often begin with what, how, where, or why.
However, too many open questions can feel demanding, especially at the beginning.
A useful rhythm is one easy closed question, followed by a gentle open question.
Have you been here before? A couple of times. What do you usually order?
That feels lighter than starting with, describe your relationship with this cafe.
Also be cautious with why, because it can sometimes sound challenging.
What made you choose that? Or, how did you decide? Often sounds warmer.
The best question is not always the most open one. It is the one that fits the amount of connection we already have.
Many conversations end early because the first answer receives no follow-up.
Imagine I say, I went hiking last weekend, and Mia replies, nice.
Nice is friendly, but it does not create a clear next step.
A follow-up might be, where did you go? Or, was the trail difficult?
We can also repeat an interesting detail with a curious tone. A night hike?
That short echo shows interest and invites an explanation.
Useful follow-ups include, how was it? What was that like? How did that happen? And, would you do it again?
The answer often contains the next question, so we do not need a prepared list.
If someone says, I am learning to cook Thai food, ask about the dish, the class, or what inspired them.
Choose one detail rather than asking 3 questions at once.
Where did you learn? And how long have you done it? And what is your favorite dish? Feels crowded.
One thoughtful follow-up creates more connection than several rushed questions.
A conversation needs reactions as well as questions.
Short responses show that we are listening and give the speaker emotional feedback.
We can say, really? That sounds fun. No way. That makes sense. Or, I can imagine.
The reaction should match the story. That sounds fun. is not ideal when someone describes a delayed flight.
In that case, try, "That sounds frustrating," or "What a long day."
We can combine reaction and follow-up. That is exciting. When do you start?
Or, "That sounds difficult. Are things getting easier now?"
Tone matters. A flat wow can sound less interested than a warm, oh, really?
We do not need to exaggerate every response. Constant amazement can feel unnatural.
Sometimes a simple, right, exactly, or I know what you mean is enough.
These little responses create rhythm and prevent the other person from feeling that they are speaking into silence.
Good small talk sounds like shared movement, not one person answering an official interview.
Questions keep a conversation moving, but only asking questions can make it feel one-sided.
After someone answers, offer a small related detail about yourself.
I moved here last year, so I am still discovering good places too.
Or, I have never tried that restaurant, but it is on my list.
This is called self-disclosure, sharing a little personal information to build trust.
In small talk, the details should usually be light and connected to the topic.
If someone mentions a weekend trip, you might share a short memory from a similar place.
Keep it brief enough to return the conversation. I went there once and loved the old town. Which part did you visit?
That sentence shares, connects, and invites the other person back in.
Avoid competing with their story. If they ran 5 kilometers, you do not need to explain your marathon record immediately.
The goal is not to prove that our experience is bigger.
It is to say, I understand the topic, and I am participating with you.
Healthy small talk has a balance between asking, answering, reacting, and sharing.
If one person asks every question, they may begin to feel like a host doing all the work.
If one person talks for several minutes without checking the listener, the conversation may feel trapped.
A useful mental pattern is answer, add, return.
First, answer the question. Then add one small detail. Finally, return with a related question.
Yes, I work nearby. Our office moved here in May. Are you based in this area too?
That answer gives the other person something to use.
Compare it with only saying yes. The short answer is not rude, but it leaves all the work with the other speaker.
We can also notice whether the other person is contributing.
If they ask questions back, add details, and face us with interest, the conversation is probably welcome.
If they repeatedly give one-word answers and look away, it may be time to let the moment end.
Balance includes respecting when the other person does not want a longer conversation.
Names often appear early in small talk, and forgetting one can feel embarrassing.
It happens to everyone, especially when several people are introduced quickly.
If you did not hear the name, say, "Sorry, I did not catch your name."
If you forgot it, be simple. I am sorry. Could you remind me of your name?
That is better than avoiding the person for the rest of the event.
We can help others by repeating our own name naturally. I am Leo, by the way. I do not think we have met properly.
When someone says their name, using it once may help us remember. "Nice to meet you, Daniel."
Do not repeat it in every sentence. That can sound like a sales technique.
If pronunciation is unclear, ask respectfully. "Am I saying your name correctly?"
That question usually communicates care rather than embarrassment.
Introductions can also include context. I am Mia. I work with the design team.
One useful detail gives the other person an easy place to begin.
Workplace small talk helps people cooperate, but it should not invade private time or personal boundaries.
Safe topics include the day, shared projects, the building, lunch, commuting, weekends, or a recent company event.
In the morning, try, "How is your day starting?" instead of always asking, "How are you?"
Before a meeting, have you worked with this client before? Creates useful context.
In the kitchen, "That smells good. Did you make it?" may lead to a quick food conversation.
Monday questions can sound more natural when they are specific. Did you get any time to relax this weekend?
Friday questions might be, "Anything nice planned for the weekend?"
Notice the word anything. It allows the answer to be a major plan or simply rest.
Avoid assuming that everyone celebrates the same holidays, has a partner, has children, or enjoys talking about home life.
We can let coworkers decide how much personal information they want to share.
Small talk at work should make collaboration easier, not make someone feel observed.
Friendly curiosity works best when it comes with an easy way not to answer.
The minutes before a meeting can feel awkward because everyone is waiting for the official start.
That is actually a perfect small talk moment because the time is naturally limited.
You can say, "How has your week been?" Or, "Are you joining from the main office today?"
For an online meeting, try, how is everything where you are?
If someone has an interesting background, be careful not to make it too personal.
That plant looks healthy. What is your secret? Is lighter than examining their entire room.
During a break, connect to the shared experience. That first session gave us a lot to think about.
Then ask, was there any part that surprised you?
Professional small talk can also clarify relationships. How long have you been working with this team?
If the meeting is about to begin, the conversation has a natural ending.
It looks like we are ready to start. It was nice catching up.
Limited moments are excellent practice because nobody expects a long performance.
With neighbors, small talk often grows slowly across several short meetings.
The first conversation may only be, hi, I think we live on the same floor.
Later, we can ask about practical local topics: shops, transport, parks, noise, or building services.
Do you know a good grocery store around here? Is useful and easy to answer.
Or, have you tried the new bakery on the corner?
If someone has a dog, we can comment on the dog, but ask before touching it.
Your dog is very friendly. What is her name? Is usually comfortable.
Avoid questions about rent, property value, family plans, or why someone lives alone unless they introduce the subject.
Community small talk can also include offers. Let me know if you ever need a package collected.
Keep the offer realistic. We should not promise more than we can actually do.
Repeated small conversations build familiarity without requiring instant friendship.
A warm hello today can make a practical conversation much easier next month.
Travel creates many temporary conversations with people we may never meet again.
At an airport, train station, or hotel, the shared journey provides easy context.
Is this your final stop, or are you connecting somewhere else?
Have you been to this city before? Is another flexible question.
On a tour, ask, what made you choose this trip?
Travelers often enjoy exchanging recommendations. Have you found any good places to eat?
We can share a useful detail without taking control. The museum is busy in the afternoon, so I went early.
Be sensitive when people look tired, wear headphones, read, or work on a laptop.
Those signals may mean they prefer not to talk.
Also avoid questions about money, citizenship, religion, or relationship status just because someone is from another country.
Curiosity about a place is different from treating a person like a representative of an entire culture.
Travel small talk should feel like sharing the road, not conducting an investigation.
Parties can be challenging because people are moving, groups are forming, and conversations change quickly.
Begin with the connection. How do you know Priya? Or, are you here with the marketing team?
If you join a group, listen for a moment before speaking.
Then use the existing topic. I heard you mention Lisbon. Did you visit recently?
That feels smoother than entering with a completely unrelated question.
If nobody is speaking, make a simple comment about the event, food, music, or location.
The rooftop view is worth the stairs. Gives people something easy to respond to.
Introduce people when useful. Mia, this is Daniel. You both work in education.
Give a real connection, but do not reveal private information.
If a group conversation moves too fast, focus on one speaker and one idea, rather than understanding every word.
A short reaction can keep us involved until we find a comfortable moment to add something.
Social confidence often means staying present, not speaking the most.
Weekends and hobbies are common because they allow people to share as much or as little as they want.
Instead of, what are your hobbies? Try a question connected to the moment.
Have you been watching anything good lately? Sounds more conversational.
Do you do much cooking? May grow from a discussion about lunch.
For weekends, did you get up to anything nice? Is common in British English.
In many places, do anything fun this weekend? Sounds casual and natural.
Remember that rest is a valid answer. Not everyone has an exciting weekend story.
If someone says, I mostly stayed home, we can respond, honestly, that sounds nice. Did you get a chance to relax?
When people mention an unfamiliar hobby, curiosity is usually welcome.
How did you get into that? Asks about the beginning of an interest.
Get into means to become interested or involved in something.
Hobbies work best when we let enthusiasm lead the conversation instead of judging how people spend their free time.
Food is another comfortable topic because it connects to place, culture, routine, and personal preference.
At a cafe, ask, have you tried anything here that you would recommend?
At lunch, that looks good. What did you order? Is simple and specific.
We can discuss cooking with, do you make that at home or is it more of a restaurant treat?
Be careful with comments about how much someone eats, their body, dieting, or whether a food is healthy.
Those subjects may be sensitive even when the speaker intends to be helpful.
Preferences are safer. I like food with a little spice, but not too much.
If we dislike something, we can soften it. It is not really my thing, or I have never developed a taste for it.
That sounds friendlier than announcing, that food is terrible.
Food can lead to travel, family traditions, local recommendations, or memorable experiences.
A shared cup of coffee also gives the conversation natural pauses.
Nobody needs to fill every second when both people have something to drink or eat.
The line between friendly and personal changes across cultures, ages, workplaces, and relationships.
That means we should notice context rather than memorize one universal list.
Common sensitive areas include salary, age, weight, health, politics, religion, relationship status, children, and immigration history.
Some people discuss these topics openly, but they are usually not the safest first questions.
We can make questions less assumptive. Instead of, are you married? Ask, did you come with anyone today?
Instead of, why do you not have children? Do not ask that question during small talk.
If someone introduces a personal subject, we still do not need to ask for every detail.
A supportive response may be, I hope things get easier, followed by space for them to decide.
Also avoid compliments that evaluate someone's body or age.
Compliment a choice, skill, or object instead. That color looks great, or you explained that clearly.
Respectful small talk leaves people feeling comfortable, not examined.
When uncertain, choose the shared situation and let personal topics develop naturally over time.
Real small talk happens in noisy rooms, moving trains, crowded events, and unfamiliar accents.
Missing a word does not mean the whole conversation has failed.
Say, sorry, I did not catch that. Or, could you say that again?
If one part was unclear, be specific. Did you say you moved here in May?
That is easier for the speaker than repeating an entire story.
If we need time, use a natural thinking phrase. Let me think. That is a good question. Or, how should I put this?
We can confirm meaning with, do you mean the office downtown?
If a word is unfamiliar, ask, what does that mean in this context?
Sometimes we understand the main idea, but not every detail.
In that case, respond to what we know, instead of stopping the conversation for every small word.
Native speakers also mishear, ask for repetition, and lose track in noisy places.
Repair phrases are not evidence of weak English. They are part of competent conversation.
A short silence is normal, but many learners experience it as an emergency.
Then they ask a random question too quickly and make the moment feel more awkward.
First, allow 1 or 2 seconds. The other person may simply be thinking.
If the conversation needs help, return to the shared situation or an earlier detail.
You mentioned you are new to the team. What were you doing before this?
We can also change topics openly. By the way, have you tried the new cafe downstairs?
By the way, signals a small shift and makes the change feel natural.
If every answer remains very short, do not keep pushing.
The person may be shy, tired, busy, worried, or simply uninterested in talking.
We can close warmly. Well, I will let you get back to it. Nice talking with you.
A short conversation is not automatically a bad conversation.
Sometimes 2 friendly sentences are exactly the right amount.
Knowing how to end small talk makes it easier to begin because we no longer feel trapped.
A good exit often has 3 parts: a signal, a positive line, and a reason or next action.
Well, it was really nice meeting you. I am going to find my colleague before the talk starts.
The word well often signals that a conversation is moving toward an ending.
At work, say, I should get back to this, but it was nice catching up.
At an event, I'm going to grab a drink. Can I get you anything? Can create a natural pause.
If you want to continue later, add, let us finish this conversation after the session.
If you do not expect to continue, A simple, enjoy the rest of your evening is enough.
Avoid disappearing while the other person is in the middle of a sentence.
Also, avoid inventing a dramatic emergency. Polite honesty is usually more comfortable.
Exit lines are not rejection. They respect time and allow both people to move freely.
A warm ending often leaves a better impression than forcing a conversation past its natural length.
Let us hear how these ideas work in a complete workplace conversation.
Imagine two people are waiting for a training session to begin.
Hi, is anyone sitting here?
No, go ahead. I think we still have about 10 minutes before they start.
Great, thanks. This building is much bigger than I expected.
It is easy to get lost. I came here last month and ended up on the wrong floor.
That makes me feel better. Is this your first training session with this team?
My second. The last one was useful, but there was a lot of information in one day.
I can imagine. I am new to the company, so almost everything still feels like a lot of information.
Welcome then. Which department did you join?
Customer experience. I started 3 weeks ago. How about you?
I am in operations. We work with your team quite often, especially during product launches.
Oh, that is good to know. I will probably see you again after today.
Most likely. How are you finding the company so far?
Busy but friendly. People have been very patient with all my questions.
That is a good sign. Ask as many questions as you can during the first few months.
I will. It looks like they are ready to begin. It was nice meeting you.
You too. Let us catch up during the break.
Now imagine two guests meet near the food table at a friend's birthday party.
They know the host, but they do not know each other.
These little sandwiches are dangerous. I have already had 3.
And I am in trouble because I just picked up 4.
At least we know the food is a success. How do you know Elena?
We studied together years ago. We lost touch for a while and recently reconnected. What about you?
We are neighbors. She helped me carry a bookshelf upstairs on the day I moved in.
That sounds exactly like Elena. She is always helping somebody.
She really is. Did you travel far to come tonight?
Not too far. I live about 40 minutes away, near the coast.
Oh, nice. I have only visited that area once, but the walking paths were beautiful.
They are. I try to go early before they get crowded. Do you do much walking?
More since I moved here. I am still discovering the neighborhood, so walking is how I learn where everything is.
That is the best way. There's a quiet park behind the old library if you have not found it yet.
I have not. I will look for it this weekend. Thanks for the recommendation.
Of course. I am going to say hello to Elena before she gets surrounded again.
Good idea. It was lovely meeting you. Enjoy the rest of the party.
You too. And save one of those sandwiches for me.
Before we finish, let us repair a few common small talk habits.
First, do not fire questions one after another without reacting or sharing.
Repair that with answer, add, return, respond, offer one detail, and then ask something connected.
Second, do not search for a completely new topic after every answer.
Choose one useful word from the answer and build the next sentence around it.
Third, do not make every silence your responsibility.
Give the moment a second, and remember that a short conversation may already be complete.
Fourth, do not confuse personal questions with meaningful conversation.
Trust grows through attention and respect, not through collecting private details quickly.
Fifth, do not stay so focused on perfect grammar that your face and voice disappear.
A warm tone, natural eye contact, and a simple sentence often communicate more than a complicated, perfect one.
Finally, prepare a few flexible patterns, but listen to the real person in front of you.
Small talk becomes natural when our next sentence belongs to this conversation, not to a memorized script.
The skill is not having endless topics. It is noticing, connecting, and leaving space.
Let us finish with a compact set of phrases you can carry into real life.
For a shared situation. Have you been here before? And how are you finding it so far?
For a gentle opener, this place has a great atmosphere. Or, it looks like a busy day.
For follow-ups. What was that like? How did you get into that? And would you do it again?
For reactions, that sounds exciting. I know what you mean, and that must have been frustrating.
For sharing. I had a similar experience, or I am still figuring that out too.
For repair, sorry, I did not catch that. And Did you say you moved here recently?
For a topic change. By the way, have you tried the new cafe?
For an ending. I should get back to it, but it was nice talking with you.
None of these sentences needs to be delivered perfectly at work.
The real power comes from using one phrase, listening to the answer, and responding to one honest detail.
Small talk is not a performance. It is a small offer of attention.
Sometimes that offer becomes a longer conversation, and sometimes it remains a friendly minute.
Both outcomes are completely successful.
If this episode made everyday English feel more manageable, tap like and subscribe to English Daily Learning Podcast.
New conversations are waiting in every episode, with practical language you can carry into real life.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
Take care, stay curious, and we will talk again soon.